Hello. So before I start, my friend Laura is passing out. So it's a flash fiction piece in the form of a list, and there's two of them that don't really work being heard. They're better kind of being seen. So for number 4 and number 11, there's some kind of a read-along part. Before I read this, I just wanted to say that it's interesting to be up here reading a piece called Signs of Alcoholism, because I've finally quit drinking, and although it hasn't been for a long stretch, tonight I haven't gone this long without a drink in over 5 years. All of the nights when the moment that shuffles between conscious and unconscious never exists, discover a waking form composed of rotten citrus, an aroma that showers and brushed teeth cannot cleanse and will not erase. 2a. Ketoacidosis is a condition experienced by type 1 diabetics in which high concentrations of ketone bodies affect the blood's pH level, causing symptoms up to and including death. A fruity smell on the breath of the individual or emitting from their pores is among the symptoms that herald the imminent extinguishing of life. 3. Who wants an orange whip? Orange whip? Orange whip? 3 orange whips. 4. On the back side of the passenger seat is a pocket intended for objects including, but not limited to, Thomas Guide, if prior to 2007, ice scraper, used and or fresh napkins, compact discs, leftover snacks, tampons, if there is already too much clutter in the glove box. Often, nearly always, there is an empty can or two stashed in yours. 4a. This is on the handout. Here's the I bought us. 4b. Look, I don't want to. So what are we talking about? 4c. Hold your breath. Let me know if you want me to stop. 4d. I wish. 4e. What if tonight we... 5. Bowel movements are regular, often unexpected, rarely solid. 6. You've spent 21,772,800 seconds staring at a wall, at some object, a book, mostly a phone, usually a laptop or television. 6a. Inaction, also apathy, indolence, inertia, non-intervention. 7. You've moved back with your parents as an adult more than once. 7a. You've lived with relatives other than your parents. 7a1. You've done this with multiple relatives. 8. The darkness did not comprehend it. 9. Intercourse is not a priority. It's not an interest, nor performing or receiving oral, nor looking at pornography. Masturbation is committed efficiently as routine and becomes as emotionless as consuming food or water for survival. 10. I've never kissed you when your mouth didn't taste like beer. 11. There are truths that ought to be excluded in the beginning of a relationship. It's difficult but profitable to leave out details that make you appear less desirable. I grew up with a shotgun under my parents' bed. 3 Christmases ago, my parents couldn't afford a gift, so I drove from San Diego to West Hollywood with the shotgun and a few boxes of shells. This was during a period when drinking escalated to habit that lacked charm. Entire mornings and afternoons, long nights doing nothing else, moments in which I might have otherwise actively taken part. Falling asleep too early, waking up not knowing the time, the sun still out but grieving away. One night, I left the front door to my apartment unlocked and passed out with the shotgun loaded, the firing pin pulled back. This was after I broke the flimsy blade of a hacksaw trying to saw off the butt of the shotgun. A series of badly aimed furrows gashing all sides of it, none of them making it through, each surrounded by more shallow cuts from where the blade slipped out of place and slid along the stock for a single stroke at this angle and another at that. let herself in, and discovered me unconscious, the shotgun on the floor. What was R.I.U. doing? What if someone off the street had wandered in? I didn't know. I wondered instead, had I invited over? Why was she here? I didn't remember, but I knew that there was beer in the fridge. As she lectured, I stood, brushed my thighs, and walked into the kitchen for a fresh one. It has been 2 years since we last spoke, and it will be many more years, every year I or she or we are alive, that we do not speak. The last time I invited her over, she asked why. Why do you even want her, me there? What is the point? I told her, because I want to be in love instead of drunk. But that was never true. That would always be a lie. 12. The amount of drinks contained in a single evening is non-count. There exists an obvious and crippling inability to remain aware of how many. 13. Yawns, crumples, grove mumbles.
That's great.